Most people use ChatGPT like it's a smarter Google, but what if I told you that you could run your business, improve your mindset, and even fix your money problems automatically? These are 14 insane ways to use ChatGPT that honestly feels like cheating, and nobody's talking about them. So let's get into it. FYI, I'm going to give you a lot of information in a minute, but I want you to know that I've given you all the prompts for it. So you may feel overwhelmed, but if you go in the link in the description, you get all of the prompts. You can just click the link and get all of those, and you'll know exactly what to put into ChatGPT to get these outputs that I talk about. The first one is your decision audit engine. If you're anything like me, you struggle to make decisions. I feel like most entrepreneurs have very busy brains, and sometimes it can be really hard to make fast decisions, and fast decisions is honestly the route to success. So what I do is I go to ChatGPT, I log all of my business decisions, but I also get it to challenge me. So I say, I'm thinking about this. What do you think about this? Is this a good move? Because I've already trained my ChatGPT on all of my vision and my goals and things like that, which I'm going to show you in a second, it really knows whether the decisions that I'm trying to make are actually in line with the vision and the goals that I want. So when I use this decision audit engine, it really helps me to see things from a different perspective. And sometimes if ChatGPT tells me not to do something, I take it a lot better than when my husband tells me. It just lands a little bit different, right? So for example, recently I was trying to figure out if I should do something. It was a big investment and I really wanted to do it. ChatGPT came back to me and said, do you know what, Carly, this sounds like it's an ego play. I don't think you should do this. Ooh, if my husband said that to me, he would be out. But for ChatGPT, I was like, okay, fair play. Let's move on. So a decision audit engine is really, really good for making fast decisions and moving quickly. The second one is your AI playbook generator. So this is where you can create all of your SOPs about everything that you do day to day. The reason this is important is if you ever want to sell your business, you are not going to be able to sell your business without these SOPs in place. So you don't want to be scrambling and trying to figure out how do I actually do all of this stuff and trying to document it. Also though, if you don't want to sell your business, but you don't want to be tied to your business, you need to make sure that you are replaceable. And so the best way of doing that is by creating these SOPs. It means that when you do come to hire more people to eventually move you out of the business, handing that over feels a lot more comfortable and you know it's going to be done to a certain standard. Now, doing these SOPs, even the word makes me want to fall asleep, but the best way of doing this is by doing a loom, recording your screen in real time while you do that task. Then you can take that loom, take the transcript, put it into ChatGPT, and it's going to generate loads of SOPs for you. And eventually you can build up your whole stack. So if you want a business that eventually runs without you, or if you want to sell, you definitely need to do this one. The third one is cold DM sharpening. Now, back in my network marketing days, I was the queen of cold DMing. I'd be like, hey girl, just sliding into people's DMs. And honestly, I look back at some of those messages now and I think, what were you doing? Why on earth did you say that? So now we have our little secret AI genius where we can go to ChatGPT and we can say, can you help craft these cold DMs for me? It's going to know your ICP, it's going to know your audience, it knows this person really well, but it also has your brand voice. So you can actually get much better cold outreach messages than that absolute crap I was putting out before. But also, if you do then have some conversations that go really well, for example, I sell my AI audits a lot of the time through DMing. You can take a conversation that went really well and you can put that through your cold DM sharpener and you can say, why did this work? Can you give me the feedback on this? Can you give me the framework of how this conversation went? And let's use this framework in future. The fourth one is your dream to action pipeline. You know when you're laying in bed, maybe this is just me, but I lay in bed and all my bright ideas come to me at nighttime and I'm like, this is why I actually have a whiteboard. I have a whiteboard next to my bed because in the night I wake up and I'm like, I need to do this now. And so I just go on my whiteboard and I write it out. What you can do is in the morning, if this is still something that's burning in you and this is still something that you want to do, you can go to ChatGPT, you can give it your 1 year goal and it's going to give you a 30 to 60, 90-day plan broken down into all the tasks that you need to do, including all of the KPIs as well. Sometimes something can feel like a really big goal and you think, oh, how on earth do I even get there? And it's going to break down that whole thing for you. So I always do this when I'm setting myself a big juicy goal. The next one is AI Board of Advisors. Now, I've actually got a whole video on this. I'll link it in this, and it's how to build your team of AI employees. So you could have something like a financial advisor, sales and marketing expert, a copywriter, all of the people that you would love to have as actual team members. You can build these out as AI employees. But you can even go further than that. So imagine if Alex Hormozy was sitting in your office every day and he was like, right, Carly, now we're going to do this. And you just wanted to talk to him all the time. Mine would be Daniel Priestley. If he came and sat with me all the time, I feel like I would be absolutely flying. And this actually happened with me. So When I was on holiday, I was reading Dan Martell's book, Buy Back Your Time, really recommend by the way, and it was really helping me to see my business differently and see how I wanted to change things in my business to get myself out of it more. And so I had all these ideas, as you naturally do when you go away on holiday and you have space to actually think for the first time, and my head was so busy, I just couldn't make sense of all these ideas that were coming to me. So I created Dan Martell in AI form as one of my board of advisors. And then I was sitting on the sun lounger and I was chatting to Dan and I was saying, I'm thinking about doing this, what do you think? And in line with the book that he'd written that I knew that I wanted to follow, he gave me advice, on how I should move forward. So if you want to be the next YouTube star, you could get Mr. Beast to advise you. If you want to be the most amazing chef, you could get Gordon Ramsay to advise you. Whatever it is that you want, you could build your board of advisors based on actual real people. You feed them their book, their videos, their YouTube stuff, and they're going to start to actually train you and advise you. Love this one. The next one is the offer builder assistant. This is really cool because sometimes I can put an offer out and I think it's a really good offer, but actually it's not what my ideal client wants. So before I put anything out, whether it's a coaching program, a membership, a SaaS product, I will actually go to my offer builder assistant and I will describe my product, describe my audience, and describe the problem that I'm trying to solve. And then the GPT will give me advice back and it will put it through Alex Hormozi's $100 million offers framework. Then I can get actual feedback on whether this is a good offer or not. I don't have to just cross my fingers and hope. I'm actually putting it through a proper framework, which I know works. And it means that I can tweak it. And it will say something like, add a bonus here, add a bit of urgency there. Why don't you try this? And it just gives me so much confidence to know that this offer that I'm putting out actually has meat behind it. There is a reason why I'm doing all of these things. And I'm not just chucking stuff in and hoping that it works. The next one is the emotional debrief partner. Ooh, this is a good one. So, you know when you just had a really shit day and you're like, your brain is all over the place and everything just feels heavy. And sometimes, I mean, as a woman, sometimes I'm like, I feel shit and I don't know why I feel shit and I can't make sense of my head. I know that happens for everyone as well. So with the emotional debrief partner, you can voice note your thoughts and feelings and how you're feeling, and it will extract the lessons and shift your perspective. So if you're into journaling, this is kind of another way of doing it. You can go off on a walk. I recommend going on a walk anyway if you've had a shit day, but go off on a walk, voice note into ChatGPT, talk about what's going on. It doesn't need to make sense. You literally just word vomit into this ChatGPT and it's going to start to help you make sense. It's going to ask you certain questions just like a therapist would to help you get some clarity on that, but also help you understand the lesson in something that may have been particularly hard that day. So this really helps reduce the noise in my head, regulate my kind of nervous system and get me back to a base level and then keep moving forward. Next one is the contract simplifier. I don't know about you, but if I see a contract and loads of text on a white background, I'm like, blah, I just don't want to look at that. My brain completely switches out. And I'm also not great at spotting things. I don't know all the legal jargon and stuff like that. I don't really know what to look out for. So with the contract simplifier, you can actually put in the contract. It's going to rewrite it in plain English, all that really fancy language. It's going to highlight the red flags and it's going to give you smart questions that you need to ask back. This helps me so much and it's got me out of a lot of sticky situations and it really helps me understand what I'm getting into. So if you don't like all that kind of legal stuff, then this is a great one for you. The next one is AI Visual Board Designer. Now this one's a little bit woo. Back in my network marketing days, I used to just woo-woo my way through everything. I'd be like, if I just sit here and manifest everything, everything will come to me. Little teaser for you, that doesn't happen. You actually do have to do the work. But there is still a little bit of woo in me and I like to see a visual of what I'm looking to create. So below my whiteboard in my bedroom, I also have my vision board and I used to sit and cut and paste and stick it all together, but now you can use AI. So you can use a GPT and Midjourney to create images of your dream life and turn them into a digital vision board. So you can just say, I want to move to Ibiza. I want to earn 100K a month. I want to have this incredible woman's body. If you're a man, I probably wouldn't do that, but you know what I mean. So you're going to put on whatever it is that you want. It's going to have a whole collage of what it is that you are creating. And then every day you can look at that and it hasn't taken you loads of time to do it. The next one is your client avatar generator. This is so important. And whenever I talk to my coaching students about this, They always roll their eyes and they're like, oh yeah, ideal client profile. But it's so important. If you are spending all this time writing cold emails and DM scripts and creating YouTube videos and doing all of this stuff, but you don't know who you're speaking to, that is going to completely fall flat. So a client avatar generator is really going to help you build a hyper detailed customer avatar, their pain points, their objections, their desires, their decision-making style. And something else that you can do as another part of this is use an outcome finder. So whenever I'm creating a product or something like that, I will always do an outcome finder, and I do a little exercise to see what is the number one outcome that my ideal client avatar wants. Once I know that ideal client avatar, it really helps me find out what that outcome is, and then all of my content lands so much better. So this is a really important one. Do not skip over this if you feel like this bit's boring. Super, super important. The next one is your sales call analyzer. So you need to be analyzing your sales calls in order to know how to make them better. There is no point in doing hundreds of sales calls a month and you really have no idea what's made it a good one and what's not. There is a formula to these. So what you can do is you can take the Zoom transcript or the Google Meet transcript, whatever it is that you use, put that into your ChatGPT, and it's going to pull out the key pain points, the key objections, the missed pitches, the follow-up steps, and the script improvement. So it's going to help to train you and your sales team to be better, but also that is gold. If you can summarize the main pain points and objections that your ideal clients are giving you on these calls, you can then plug that into your marketing GPT and use that in your marketing as well. So don't go just willy-nilly doing all of these sales calls and not actually analyzing them, because there is so much gold in them. The next one is your content machine. Your content machine is not just like, hey, can you create me a LinkedIn post? What it's going to do is actually ask you questions about your life stories. The real depth of your personal brand and your IP is in your life stories. It's in you. It's in things that only you have. And as we move into the world of AI, where everything's just going to be so kind of surface level AI generated, we need to double down on authenticity, life stories, what makes you unique. And this is a really good prompt that's going to help you do that. So it's going to ask you questions about your life stories and turn them into a piece of content, which is like point, story, and the lesson. This is super powerful content, and if you can use this to extract it from you, you're probably thinking, I haven't got a life story, I don't know what I would say, nothing really happened to me, nothing's really that interesting. There is so many stories that you probably had completely disregarded because you think that they're boring, but this exercise really helps pull them out of you and actually turn them into really valuable content. And one of the most important things to focus on when you're creating content today is to create content that is relatable. If someone relates to you, they are going to be much more likely to work with you than if they are impressed by you. So relatability is a really key thing, and sharing your life stories and sharing these things about you that only you have is a really great way of doing that. The next one is your risk analysis buddy. Now, I am terrible at risk analysis. I'm always like glasses half full. And so I'm like, yeah, it'll be fine. We'll figure it out. I think everything is figure outable. So whenever I see a risk, I'm always naturally thinking of, yeah, but if that happens, I can do that and that'll be fine. But really, you need to have a good level of risk analysis. So what you can do is you can go into ChatGPT here in your risk analysis buddy. You can describe a risky decision, and the ChatGPT is going to break down the pros and the cons of that, but also point out risks which you may not be able to see yourself. And it will kind of like role play what the scenario is if this thing is to happen. I never do that. I'm a positive role player. I'm like, yeah, you know, if it goes wrong, it'll all be fine. But actually, if you're going into business and you're making some big decisions, you need to see all angles of how this could go. So your risk analysis buddy is really going to help you do that. And the last one is to role play tough conversations. This is super powerful. This is good in business. If you are someone that tends to kind of avoid uncomfortable conversations and there's stuff that you need to say but you don't want to say it because you don't want to offend people or you want to be nice, maybe there's someone that you need to fire, maybe there's someone that you need to pull up on something and you don't know how to have that conversation, you can come into your ChatGPT and you can simulate conversations with your employees, with your clients, with your partners, and you can practice the responses before the real talk. So this is super, super cool. And you can even take this further. So you could then say, this is what they are like as a person. And you can describe describe the person that you're trying to have this tough conversation with, and it's going to give you the language and the way to frame it in a way that's going to match their personality. I'll give you a random example of this. So a friend of mine, she has a grown-up son, so he's like in his 30s, and she was saying to me, I'm really struggling to get him to communicate with me. You know, she was messaging him all the time, like, I'm so proud of you, you do so much, blah, 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 these really long paragraphs. And he would just reply back like, thanks. And she was like, how do I get something from him? I feel like he's not even hearing what I'm saying. So she went into her ChatGPT. She described what he was like as a character. She put in some of their past chats of things that she'd said and things that he'd said, and really gave ChatGPT an idea of who he is as a person. And she said, I just want him to know that I'm proud of him and I really love him. ChatGPT came back and said, why don't you try saying this? No joke, God's honest truth. She put in the message word for word that ChatGPT came back with, and her son, literally within 30 seconds, came back and said, thanks, Mum, I really love you too. That may not seem like a lot, but when you have grown-up children that don't show you any emotion at all, she was literally like crying. She was like, I feel like he's actually heard me. He hasn't said I love you in years, and it was the best thing. So whether this is children, employees, husbands, wives, whatever, if you feel like there is a communication block, then use ChatGPT to describe that person and see how you may be able to communicate better. It doesn't mean that you have to run every conversation through ChatGPT. It's not like your husband's going to walk in and say something to you and you're like, oh, hold on, it's not going to be like that. But it's going to help you to learn how to communicate better. So if it comes back with a response and it works, go back to ChatGPT and say, that really worked. Why did that work? Can you help train me to communicate like this all the time? So that is a lot. We covered a lot, right? But there are so many ways that you can use ChatGPT apart from being like, how do you cook chicken in an air fryer? Does anyone use ChatGPT for cooking, by the way? I do all the time. Great for recipes. That's another one, by the way. I'm going to give you a little bonus one. Another one is when I've done this before. I've gone into my cupboard. I'm the worst cook ever, by the way. But I've gone into my cupboard at home and there's been like no food in the cupboard. I've taken a picture of it and I've said, what can I cook with this? And it came back with some full Mediterranean chicken pasta thing. Nailed it. Kurt came home from work and I was like, ta-da. He was well impressed. So if you're shit at cooking as well, then there you go, little bonus one for you. So anyway, I want to give you a call to action today. I want you to pick one of these tactics and try it today. Think about the things that I've talked about. Always start with the thing that's going to have the biggest impact on you now. Which area of all of those things that I've spoken about causes you the most stress, the most struggle, the most pain, the most whatever, and start with that one thing. And I want you to comment below which one you're starting with. And if you want my custom prompts, all you need to do is click the link in the description. You can get all of my custom prompts there, so you can start using these and you'll be off on your merry way. I'm so excited for you to dive into these. They're going to have a massive impact for you, and I cannot wait to hear how you get on. I'll see you next week. Bye.